Hello guys, this is Emerald Edits here, and I'm recording an After Effects tutorial on the Element 3D animation engine and how to animate text and do all sorts of other things. Maybe some quick tips just to help you guys out. It's just in general tutorial, mainly Element 3D. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep active on my channel, keep my subscribers climbing, I guess you can say. I've gained a lot of subscribers lately. The few things I'm doing is XCOD shots, 150k, community touch. I've been collecting clips for that. Just keeping active on my YouTube channel, released a couple edits. I'm actually currently working on an edit right now, but it's too dope for you, episode 2. The turnout on it's pretty sick so far. So let's jump right into this tutorial. I already inserted a clip and pre-composed it and just renamed it. You guys can do however you want to do. So this is a cinematic I recorded on PC. I mean, it's a pretty in general cinematic, nothing special. First thing I'm going to go over with you is the After Effects camera tracker and how to motion track in After Effects. So the first thing you're going to do is right click on the clip and go to track camera. This is for all you guys that don't know that. Some advanced features that a lot of people don't like to mess with, I don't know why, but you can make your point size bigger and then your target size bigger. So if you can barely see the points, you could just up that and it'll make the points bigger. You can go to advanced and then you can click okay, look right here. You can click detailed analysis and it's gonna render like so many, it's gonna do like a way more detailed analysis if that makes sense. So it's gonna take a little bit longer, but you're gonna get a better motion track in the end. If you get that ugly warning banner anywhere, you could just click hide warning banner and it'll hide the warning banner. So I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna let this go through because it's gonna take quite a while, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright dudes, I'm back, and this is solving the camera. This is what it does when it's done analyzing it. So I'll show you what I mean about the target point size and the target size when this is done solving the camera. I don't really think it should take that long, but you know, I guess we'll see. I don't know. Just taking forever. So maybe you guys can give me some tutorial ideas because I really need some ideas, bros. Like, it'd be pretty nice. Okay, so target point size. Boom! That's obnoxious. But yeah, you get the point. I'm gonna make a plane on Z ground. Okay, see how that's all motion tracked in? Okay, so that's how you motion track. To clarify everything up, I selected a point on the ground. I right clicked on it. You can also do this if you want. You can select multiple points by clicking and dragging, which I usually do if it's like a flat wall because it gives you a better motion track. But yeah, so here's the text. So for the sake of the tutorial, I'm just going to rename the text. I'm going to rename it Emerald Tut. Okay. So first thing you're going to do for Element 3D, click Layer, New, one sec, Layer, New, Solid, make it a black solid, make it comp size, which is usually 1280 by 720, but I didn't change my comp. So just rename it to Element. That's the first thing I always do because it helps me keep organized, and I like my projects really organized. So click OK, go to Effects, and go to Video Copilot and put on Element. So when you have Element opened, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go to custom layers, go to custom text and masks, and then go to path layer 1 and select emerald touch. Or you can just do whatever text layer you have, it doesn't really matter. Click the up arrow just to make it go back up. Go to scene setup. Okay, click extrude. It's going to give you an extrusion model. Okay, so if you have multiple texts, after you get all your materials on here, say I saved bevel, and okay, this is the bevel I'm using on my new edit, but okay, so say you get your text in here and you have multiple texts and you don't really want to copy all this shit down, so you're going to duplicate the model, and then you're going to click 2 and go to path layer 2, but I don't have multiple text, so it's not going to work for me. Click OK. Now I just gotta, okay, so my text is motion tracked in. I'm just gonna go to group 1, go to particle look, and then up the size a whole bunch. Just because you can barely even see it. So I'm not gonna get all creative in this tutorial. I'm just gonna like make a text and show you guys how to animate it. So particle look is how you change the size, and you go to multi-object, and you can enable multi-object from there. Particle replicator is where you can mess with the position. So if say I wanted it to go down and I wanted to bring it to the right, you could just do that and it still stays motion tracked. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so I have my text here and I have it all where I want it, right? So you can go to particle look, and you could do this way, and then you go to multi-object, enable multi-object, and this is how you animate text. There is so many features in this Element 3D, it's pretty crazy. So, for the sake of the video, I'm just going to hide this text layer, because that's the first thing I always do. So go to displace, I'm just going to do rotation random and displace random right now. So just step back a little bit, and then you can do rotation random, and this is how you get your text to animate. And then displace random. I mean, it's just to see how it just like comes together, because all I did was keyframe. Here is an After Effects shortcut that I find the most helpful. Whenever you're using multiple effects, if you click U on your clip, it just brings up the keyframes that you have done. So that's pretty helpful. It helps me out a lot, and it should help you guys out too. It's just a little shortcut. So if I wanted to drag out these 2 keyframes, I would just click and drag them out and make the duration a little longer. So there's that. I'm going to duplicate this text, and I'm going to show you guys how to do 2 text layers, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's helpful. So, okay, app 2. Alright, so I got my second text layer. I'm just going to hide both those. Okay, same exact thing. You're going to go to custom layers, and then you're going to put custom text and masks, and then go path layer 2. So that's going to be your second text, and this is what I was talking about earlier. So you go to scene setup, and if you don't want to copy down all the same settings, go to duplicate model. So you got to right click, go to duplicate model, and then you're just going to change this to a 2, and you're going to go to custom layer 2. And look, it's already there. I mean, you don't have to do anything. It just puts all the materials and everything there. So, and that's how you get your second object in there. If you wanted to change these, you could. I mean, it would just look ugly. But, yeah. So you get F2. And then, if you want all your stuff the same on group 1 and group 2, so this is like what I found the most easiest to do. Go to copy and paste group, copy, go to group 2, and then paste. Okay, sweet. So they're both the same size now and everything. Like all the things I just did in the first one are there on the second one. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what the animation engine does. A lot of people have never used this before, so I mean, it's pretty useful. Click enable on the animation engine. and I'm going to click U again on this just to get the points I want. Okay, so I'm gonna start enabling the animation from here. So smoothness all depends on your personal opinion, but you want it to go from group 1 to group 2. So if it's like emerald studs and then you want it to like do some weird warpy shit and then go to group 2, which is F2 for me, then you would do that. See, this is the animation. Here, let me scroll a little. Let me bring these keyframes out over here, and then I'll show you guys what the animation engine does. So for say I wanted it to go animation, I wanted it to start at 0. There's emerald stats, and then I bring it in, and then I want it to end at 100. So this is keyframing. So if it's emerald stats and then it goes up 2. So if you don't like that transition, then there's many other things you can do as well. So let's see. You can go to smoothness, and you could go to radial, and then just do a random seed, and then you get like a weird. I mean, there's so many things you can mess with in this. So if I didn't want to do radial, I could go to random, and then bring the smoothness down so it looks all rough, and then it does like this weird like eats it away kind of deal. Okay, so if you don't, I mean, there's 100 things you could do with this. If you go to group 1, go back to particle look, and go to multi-object again, if you change these settings, you can get like a weird effect. So like if I wanted it to stay in closer but do some weird rotation, then okay. So I'm just gonna copy and paste that group again, just so I don't have to redo it all for group 2. So there we go. Now if I go back to animation engine, I can do animation, and then I could just look what it looks like. See how that like it's hard to show. So we're just gonna do play. Okay, so how it like does everything, the layers just, the text just disappears. I don't really know how to explain it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Of course my rotation's off on the text layer too, so if I wanted to go to U, I'm just gonna do this, go to group 2, and then go to look. I'm gonna move these keyframes opposite, and just gonna go to replicator. Could you able to have keyframe multi-object? Yeah, so you're gonna get something that, like, I mean, you could do it 100 different times, or 100 different ways, I mean. So, go to render settings, and this is where you can get, like, all Cinema 4D-ish on this. I don't really know how to explain it, but, like, there's so many things you could do here, but one main thing I want to show you guys about Element 3D is that you can add environments. So, if I wanted to do, like, a studio font on this, or something, it gives it kind of lighting to the text and makes it look so much better. Like on the new edit I'm doing, I used Studio Warm Blurred, and I mean it gives it such a nice little shiny look, kind of gives it a brown color, because it's warm. I mean, it just looks good. So there we go. Okay, there's so many things you could do here. You could do glow, enable glow, changes to luminance, and then you can make that sucker glow. I always do just subtle glow. Well, I don't always do, but you can do. There's chromatic. You can mess with some chromatic stuff. Get get all creative with it, Get some colors in there that'll show up. Yes, yeah, it's getting a little colory. Let's see. Yeah, it is. I just saw a color. Okay, see the colors in it? Yeah. But yeah, so you got depth of field, motion blur, ambient occlusion, lighting, environment, so on. If you want to get like a wireframe text like I did in RICAM 6, I believe it was, then this is how I did it. I went to polygon mode and clicked wireframe. You could do like a wireframe text, and then you can mess with these settings if you wanted. You know, just little things you could do. It's just like cool wireframe stuff. I love a wireframe text personally. So you can also do multi-pass mixture if you want to get all creative and get into like the Element 3D stuff. This is like options people don't usually mess with, and I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with Element 3D. You could do like animations per se. I have like 1,000 of them. I don't really use them, but like projectile weapons, you can do bullets and stuff, and then like make it fly. You can animate a bullet, all kinds of stuff. Let's just animate a bullet. So one sec. I don't even know what just happened. Okay, I'm gonna do 3. Okay, so there's my big bullet. If I want to rotate it, I can just do this. I mean, you can animate a bullet. You can make it go crazy. Oh, I like the bullets flying across the screen. Oh, let me plug in my battery before my computer dies. So, I hope this is all helpful to you guys. I know this is kind of a long tutorial and everything, but it's just running over Element, some shortcuts, After Effects Tracker. I'm pretty sure I made a tutorial on this, but I thought I'd make another tutorial on it just to show you guys little things. Everything you can really do with this. You can do world transform. I don't really like mess with this stuff too much because I'm not the best with it. So, oops. Yeah, so if you want to zoom in, zoom out easy, there's a eyeglass tool. And then if you hold Alt, or if you hold just un-Alt and then Alt, zooms in and out. The hand tool, you can move it around, just little tools. Rotation tool, you can rotate things. Text tool, you guys should all know all this. It's just all about learning After Effects and getting comfortable with After Effects. So, yeah, I'm going to end the tutorial because that is a long-ass tutorial. And I hope it was helpful to you guys. So, thanks for watching, and let me know what you guys think. See you later.